Hello, this is Mohammed Mustafa Kamal. Uh, you can call me Kamal. I have launched this channel to support Manchester United Football Club and uh, it's to do best whether in domestic or international level. So that is the reason I have launched this channel. Today is my topic is to the present owner, that is more shareholders, the Glazers siblings have to leave the club. They are the reason for the last 10 years we are unable to win any English Premier League, whether where the Champions League is out of the question. That is the thing because they are reluctant to fund us properly and they do not listen to the managers like we had top class managers before. It was Luis Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. Both are the top class and well-known managers around the globe. But unfortunately, both of them were deserted by the Glazers because football is a ongoing process. You have to support it every year, more or less. But it doesn't mean 1 year you support enough and next year, even if you require something, and you decline to the manager. That doesn't help a football club at all. So that is the reason I think the time has now come that we must say that Glazers have to sell the club to a super wealthy, and luckily we have still another new potential owner who wants to buy Manchester United. That is Qatar Sheikh Jassim. And the thing is that we are lucky this time because in 4 or 5 years ago, several years ago, the Saudi's Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he also wanted to buy the Manchester United, but the Glazers have declined him. He wanted to pay like 3.5 billion something, but somehow the Glazer, avoided it. So we are unlucky. Now, if you see about Newcastle last year, uh, not last season, before that season, like 2021-22, they are struggling to avoid relegation. They have survived. Now, last year, they have, significantly improved and they have finished in top four. Now you see how much they are spending, and they brought Tonali from AC Milan. But unfortunately, we still couldn't bring any strikers. Like we need a center back, we need a defensive midfielder, we need at least two strikers for us for our squad to challenge the English Premier League. That is the reason we are look like helpless in the transfer market. So this is very simple. Manchester United is one of the world's top football club, and English Premier League is the best football league in the world. But it is, as you know, it is very heavy competitive, and if slight less of any squad weakness or there was squad depth, if you do not have a talented player or a top quality star, that will be quite difficult for you to win this title. And you see uh, Manchester United's rival Manchester City, how much they have spent for the last 15 and 16 years, and see how they were 15 and 16 years earlier and where they are now. So you have to remember now modern day football is only about money, wealth, and good management. But so the owners, the Glazers, especially Abraham and Joel Glazers, they are reluctant to support us uh, sufficient. So they do not bother about whether United able to win the English Premier League or win the UEFA Champions League, they do not care it much. Only they care somehow United finishes the top at top four. That is they care about, and they take huge chunk of dividends, and that left us a very insufficient to to recruit the targeted players. So we now the thing is unfortunate thing is for the last 8 months since November 2022, they say they will sell the club or the potential investment. Now we know that United has a debt of nearly £1 billion. So any investor, if they clear the debt, it also will be counted as an investment. If they invest, they will also look for a profit or dividend, whatever you say, and that will not help the Glazers because the amount of dividend will be lower. And this is uncertain that even the share investment will make United to do well in the English Premier League or the Champions League. It is quite uncertain. So that is the reason, like Manchester City and Newcastle, United also require a super wealthy owner like Qatar's Sheikh Jassim. So only people like him can invest for us properly. So we do not have to be worried uh, to recruit player or advertisement or marketing or to get sponsor. So that is the reason we have to look for a owner who can really care about football and its success. Now the thing is, for over a month since Sheikh Jassim has last made his bid of £6 billion, we did not hear anything from the Glazers. So this is not looking good. So we have to. This is make ours, myself, and many other Manchester United supporters very concerned. So we know how did we suffer at the early of the English Premier last season. We lost to Brighton and then Brentford. So it was good because what can a top or good coach like Eric Ten Hag can do if we do not supply him with top quality players? Then at last, when we bought uh, Casemiro from Real Madrid, about £70 million, then things have changed. I wish if we got a good striker at January, perhaps we could challenge Man City for the title because we lacked goals. But still, we do not see to recruit uh, strikers for our squad, and this will not help the squad if it doesn't get a top quality, which is tall, fit, um, with pace and high energetic player. So you need that kind of player who can finish as good and score more goals for the club. And unfortunately, when we finished even top four, only United had less goal difference on the comparison with Manchester City, Arsenal, and Newcastle. They are above us in goal difference. So that is the reason we need strikers very badly. Nevertheless, a team also starts from a good goalkeeper. Unfortunately, it was sad to see that David Gia has left the club. So it is not. It doesn't look good, wise, because first you need funds. If you want Andre Onana from Inter Milan, the manager and the management board have to make sure they can bring a quality keeper like Andre Onana. Then they could let go David Gia. But for my personal opinion, we didn't need a keeper. David Gia and Dean Henderson and other keeper, three keepers are enough for our squad. What we needed is a quality center back like Kim Min Jae from Naples. He could give us the stability because, as you know, Varane is not that have not that consistency. Like Martial, Pogba, he often gets injuries. This is quite coincidence, but also you can say an irony that these three French players have the similarity. They most often, I wouldn't say most time, but they often get injured. Like Martial, we missed him in the FA Cup final. So we lacked to press City's defense in the final. We didn't play that bad. Some said the City would slaughter us. That didn't happen. They only managed to score 2 goals, but unfortunately, due to lack of strikers, quality strikers, we missed to score goals. So now it has time that I wish that we could bring us quality center back, and that would give us stability in our defense. And next thing, we need a center back. Defensive midfielder. As you know, Casemiro, perhaps he is fit, but a card is inevitable. Sometimes you need to tackle, and that might go wrong. No one wants a red card, but even yellow cards, like 5 yellow cards, then a player has to be off for one match. So we must not take that risk. So we must bring a quality defensive midfielder to support Casemiro. Excuse me. So, but unfortunately, Eric Ten Hag went for Mason Mount, and actually, okay, I love Eric Ten Hag. I support him, but at this moment when we are under Glazers, that will not help us that much because Mason Bruno Fernandes is quite fit. He can play as long as he can, unless it is a card issue. The good thing is he remains fit. He played full season. He played the full season without any injury. Only he faced cards. So that is the reason. If we bought a defensive midfielder like Joao Palhinha from Fulham, that would support us much. Then we should go for the strikers like Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic, and he's a tall, fit, and good striker. And if we get Rasmus Højlund from Atalanta of Italy and Serie A, that would give us much strength, and we could be formidable to any English Premier club, and with that would give us much success, or you can say strong possibility to win the English Premier League. But as it remains, all the center is main thing is if you have resource. There's a financial fair play. Actually, it doesn't matter because the owner we have at this moment are not reliable and incompetent. So if super wealthy like Sheikh Jassim, he will bring us more sponsor, we'll get more advertisements, and our kits like jerseys or any other kits products will be sales will be boosted. So we will not be worried about the money or income source. So that is the reason we are lacking to explore our or increase the volume of our revenue. So this is not helping us. So that is so the glazer is the center point. Remember, if there is a leak in a pot, if you do not sort it out, then you cannot never fulfill it with water. So our now center of the problem is the glazers. So no matter when, even if you bring a top coach like Carlo Ancelotti, he will not be able to do much, as our highest expectation is to win the English Premier League and also the UEFA Champions League. So all the things pulling out because the Glazers, they cannot fund us properly. So the time has come for us to do as possible. Whoever amongst us can go to the Old Trafford should protest, should protest, and they will be liable for this. As you can remember, in 2020, when we needed a attacking midfielder like Bruno Fernandes, uh, the Glazers the Glazers siblings were reluctant to bring him from Sporting Lisbon. So then what happened? Sporting demanded 68 million pounds, but the Glazers only want to pay 62 million. The 6 million pounds the Sporting did not sell to us primarily. Then what happened? We lost to Burnley at home 2-0. Then that night, some of the angry United fans, they set fire Ed Woodward's Cheshire house. Then the next day, the Glazers approved 68 million pounds, and then we got Bruno Fernandes. And what it made? We finished in third. That was 2020, 2019 and 2020 season. So we managed to finish third, and we were able to play in the Champions League during 2020 and 21. So otherwise, if if the Glazer did not bring Bruno, then we would be struggling. We would never finish at top four that season. So that is why they take the things in a dire situation. Is it at the 11th hour? So and they get response from the supporters, their resentments, then they act. So this is not going to help any club in the world. So Manchester United, unfortunately, it was a number one richest club in the world 5-6 years ago. But due to the poor management and poor funding of the Glazers, now it has become second. Perhaps if we are unable to remove the Glazers, then it might go to third or fourth or even fifth. So all because of the mentality. So this is not the thrifty or saving money. This is about to win and success. Without win and success, nobody care about you football. Like you see PSG. PSG was not that strong 8-9 years ago to win the French league frequently. Now, the Qatar Investment Foundation helping this club to become the champions almost every year. Yes, the only thing they are left behind is unable to win the Champions League. But I'm hopeful they will be able to win the Champions League in the near future. Like the City, it took several, like 15 years since Dhabi Group have bought or take over this club. So this is a process. But on the other hand, what Sir Alex Ferguson gave the DNA of the Manchester United, it is a very sensitive. With proper funding and getting top quality players, it can turn back and demonstrate in the football world. So we will be a much better position if we get a super wealthy owner. Excuse me. But unfortunately, no top media like BBC, CNN, Sky Sports, they are unable to say or report anything what is really going on, what is the Glazers family want. So we are in the dark, and there is no way that we can face or even contact the Glazer to asking them what do you actually want. So they are playing cat and mouse, which is disgusting, and it is making us very annoyed. So thinking if this, we have just 1.5 month left, like 45 to 46 days left for the transfer market, and also our tour to United States about to go in next few days. So if you need a good squad, and then this is a trial, or you can say acid test, how your new recruitment will adjust to your team, and then it will be helpful for the manager in the early of the season of English Premier League to set them and make the best out of them. But unfortunately, there is a little room for Eric Ten Hag to check that. So that is because only of the reason the Glazers, they always delay, and they are reluctant to bring good top quality players. So football for like last 10 years or so, it is about money. So money, perhaps money is not everything, but it gives you the you know like more strength your squad and makes it strong possible to achieve the success. So no matter whatever we want and what is our dream, we are always get backtracked only because of the Glazers. Also, I would say under them, our management, the director and the CEO, they are also incompetent. They cannot sell players with the price that we want. So that is the reason we are, bound by the financial fair play by UEFA. So if they were, intelligent and could do good bargaining, perhaps we could sell players. Like for example, we can sell Brandon Williams, Alex Telles, Fred, Scott McTominay, and Martial Elenga. But we do not hear um, much about them. Only just heard that Fred wants to leave, but can we get at least 25 million quid for him? But there is no answer to that. Also, recently we saw a news that saying Everton is Everton wanting Elanga for 20 million pounds. But I didn't see any activity from the United board to sell him and take the money. So this is why we are not doing well to get earn money by selling players to get new recruitment who are good and or top footballers. So we always for the last 10 years were struggling. So this has to uh, uh, come to an end. So I would request to my United supporters for better future of our club and success. We have to remove the Glazers from the owners. So they, no matter what we expect, and we watch football with passion, with a huge interest, and we perhaps we sacrifice other programs and daily lives uh, stuff to watch our beloved club, but only the Glazers like they backstab us. So this has to uh, be finished. This has to be, they must be ended. So this is I cannot do thing alone. Whomever you have the possibility, please do it your own way, and otherwise this circus will go on. I do not want to be a laughing stock, uh, and you similarly you also do not want to be a laughing stock. So this is the reason we have to be alert. And last but not least, let me say something about the for the last 5 years. As you know, after Sir Alex Ferguson, David Moyes couldn't do well. He is not that bad coach, but he didn't get good players. He wanted Gareth Bale, but it was unthinkable under the Glazers in 2013 to get him for United, and the Real Madrid bought him, and poor Moyes had to leave because uh, he couldn't uh, he couldn't able to do good because lack of support. Then Louis van Gaal came. He wanted Robert Lewandowski, but he didn't get that. We only get Angel Di Maria. But as you know, to make your squad balanced, you need several players in several positions. That makes the squad strong. So, as usual, he only managed to win the FA Cup in 2016. That is done. Then uh, Jose Mourinho came and he won two major trophies for us. One was League Cup and other was the Europa Cup or the Europa League. So this is the first time United has won the Europa League, and he has the achievement. The next year, he took us into the second. Also, we bought Lukaku, but the final year, prior to the 2018 and 19, he wanted Harry Maguire and the the left back uh, Ivan Perisic from Inter Milan and Marko Arnautovic from West. He wanted, and as you know, Perisic won the Champions League with Bayern a few years ago. But at that time, prior to the 2018 and 19 season, he was in top form. But unfortunately, the Glazers declined and he just got Fred and Diego Dalot. And Diego Dalot, these are the players for which, yes, Diego Dalot is a good player, but Fred didn't, suit us for past two seasons. He needed time. Now he's a good player, but what Mourinho wanted did not get. As a result, we did poor, and also he had players dissonance in the dressing room and other. When the players have they go disagree with the managers, and it impacts the team. So we lost several matches which we shouldn't. That is how we ended like sixth in the season. Even he was sacked and Ole came, but Ole was like a sycophant uh, because Ole was like a servant of the Glazers. First, he said he doesn't require enough money, and what the first mistake he did, he let go Marwan Fellaini to China, and then he neglected uh, Romelu Lukaku, and he even despite his bringing Maguire from Leicester, he let go Lukaku, and that is the reason we always lacked the strength and we couldn't do well. And under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we have failed to win any trophy. So this is what the Glazers want, and he could have. been sacked like 2 years earlier, but the Glazers found someone who doesn't make question about their spending and management. So this has to be end. So we want a super wealthy owner to fund us, manage us, and get more sponsorship advertisements to make our Manchester United best again. So I wish you good luck, and please subscribe the channel and share my video if it is possible for you. Have a lovely day and good night. Bye.